In my confidence coaching clubs for women, we have a workshop that is led by Laura Downey, an image consultant with House of Colour. And I wanted to do this short interview to give you a flavour of the sort of things we'll be covering and to understand the important connection between our appearance and our own self-confidence. So, hi Laura, and thank you so much for agreeing to chat to me today about dressing for confidence ahead of our work together on the confidence coaching clubs for ladies. So, what I wanted to ask you about today was what you see as the connection between self-confidence and style, or what we wear.
Thank you, Amanda. And just to kick off, I'm really excited to be joining all of you for this course. It's a brilliant topic and one that I love talking about. As an image consultant, this is essentially what I do day to day, is help people to understand this connection between what we choose to put on our bodies and then how it makes us feel for the rest of the day. So I'm going to start by just giving you a little bit of a statistic, which I love quoting, which is the University of Hertfordshire did a study a couple of years ago, which found that 96% of women believe that what they wear in the morning, what they choose to put on, affects their mood for the rest of the day.
Wow.
And that's, for me, a huge, and everybody I ask agrees with that. And what's interesting is that the mood we have in the morning when we first wake up, that actually then informs what we choose to put on. So it's like a vicious cycle. If you wake up in a low mood, you tend to gravitate towards shapeless clothing, which doesn't flatter your body shape, in sort of comfortable but also very neutral colours, where you tend to feel a little bit like you're hiding and blending. And those types of shapeless neutral clothes, those are the ones which don't boost our mood. When we glance in the mirror, we don't see something which gives us a little bit of a buzz. We see something which keeps us low. So you can imagine that that's just keeping you in that negative space. Whereas if we intentionally make a choice to put on clothing which has color, fits us well, and is high quality, so is actually, good quality cotton or a natural fiber or something which is well made, then that has the power to boost our mood for the rest of the day. So there's definitely that link, and there's a couple of things that around this that I find really interesting. So the first is that at the moment in the UK particularly, we have a huge culture of fast fashion, and we're basically being sold lots and lots of garments at cheap prices, which are made very quickly from low quality materials, and we get that little buzz the first time we wear it, which is slightly addictive. I liken it a little bit to like being addicted to sugar, where you just need that hit after hit after hit to just keep you feeling good about yourself and good about your wardrobe. And in fact, it doesn't really improve your feelings of self-worth or give you a sustained feeling of feeling good about your wardrobe and good about your self-image. Essentially, you're just pouring money into a bit of a habit which ends up just keeping you at quite a base level of feeling of self-worth. Whereas when we delve into, as an image consultant, knowing your best colors and your best styles and your best shapes and fits of clothing, that's when we sort of educate you in how to identify quality items, which are investment pieces, which are going to work really hard for you in your wardrobe. And every time you put them on, you're going to get that upward spiral of feeling really good about yourself, liking what you see in the mirror, and getting that mood enhancement throughout the day. So in a nutshell, that's where I see that connection between mood and what we wear.
No, absolutely. So does this mean, because anybody who's watching this, they might think, oh, I can't afford to wear these sorts of clothes. Does that mean that somebody has to have thousands of pounds to revamp their wardrobe? Or are there any sort of tips that somebody can make changes that are worthwhile without investing hundreds or thousands of pounds?
Yes, absolutely. So one of the key areas that we focus on when we understand your best colours, so colour analysis is around understanding which palette of colours harmonises with your skin tone and therefore gives you that sort of natural glow, like you've just been on holiday. It gives you a radiance, it brightens your eyes, brings all your features into focus. When you know your color palette, and this is the color wheel behind me, which you'll see from House of Colour, when you know which of these 4 seasons is your color palette, you build a wardrobe, a capsule wardrobe out of those colors. And the great thing about that is all of the colors in your palette mix and match. So you end up with a huge range of outfits from actually a much smaller collection of clothes. So you don't need to spend a fortune to build a new wardrobe. You just need to focus on some key items, and then they all mix and match, and you end up with fabulous wardrobe where everyone thinks you've got far more clothes than you do. You're just creating lots of outfits from the same pieces. Now, initially you might think, oh, well, that doesn't sound as exciting as buying lots of new clothes, but actually the buzz you get from piecing together your own outfits from the clothes you already have, I call it shopping in your own wardrobe, is the same buzz you get from wearing a new garment for the first time from a shop. So if you imagine, actually, you're getting that same little hit of happy hormone just from piecing together new outfits from what you already own. So no, you don't need to spend a fortune is the answer there. And we also look at, which shops sell those clothes which are great quality, but you're not paying over the odds for a label or a brand. And that's where really savvy shopping comes into play. So we sort of educate you on how to identify quality in your clothing when you go shopping. Target those sweet spot shops, the ones which sell good quality, well-made clothes, but aren't charging you for a load of labels and marketing, essentially.
Okay, thank you. So the color wheel behind you there is really interesting, and one of the techniques that I use with my clients is doing an activity that helps them create or identify their color of confidence. And after our session, I suggest that they either get a little accessory or have some little things dotted around their home of that colour that came to them whilst they were in a relaxed state. And it really is very powerful. So would you agree with that colours impact on your confidence, on your self-confidence?
100%. So there's the whole psychology of color, which is a whole different topic that you're probably more familiar with than I am, but that's fascinating in itself. Associating different colors with confidence is an incredibly powerful tool. Now, every single season in the color wheel does have a version of every color in it. So everybody has a blue, a green, a navy, a red. So there wouldn't be any exclusion of color if you associated, say, red with confidence. It's all about learning what's your best red, which red makes you glow and which ones maybe don't. So that's the first thing I'd say. But also around confidence and color. So you're talking about, having a sort of something around you which you see regularly in your daily life. Well, imagine wearing that color as well and seeing yourself every time you look down or looking in the mirror, and the confidence that's going to give you when you walk into a room. And the other thing which I associate strongly with confidence isn't just colour, but it's dressing authentically for your personality. And so during a style analysis, that's what we look at. We look at your body shape. We do lots of body measurements, and we look at how to balance those proportions. But one of the key things we do is delve into your personality. And we do this by doing an in-depth personality questionnaire, and also just through observations throughout the analysis. It's about a 5 to 6 hour appointment. And we work out, right, how can you portray this personality, who you are on the inside, on the outside? How can we see at a glance who you are through your accessories, your choice of clothing, your fabrics, how you style your hair? And this is great because when you dress in a way which is authentic to your personality, that is when you have the greatest confidence when you walk into a room. And I think we've all had that experience where we've maybe bought something that's on trend, or that we've seen someone else look great in, and then we've thought, I'm going to wear this because this is obviously what's on trend at the moment, or it's what everyone's telling me to wear. But you spend the whole day or the whole event feeling a little bit like an imposter in your own clothing, like a little bit of a fraud. You're not quite yourself, and that really holds back our confidence. You'll find you don't speak up as often. You'll find you probably blend into the background of a conversation. You wouldn't sit in a prominent chair at the event, and imagine the converse effect if you were wearing something you felt completely authentic in, that really truly felt like you would be, oozing confidence. And so taking color and style together in that way, that's the most powerful tool, I believe, for having self-confidence, just day to day.
It sounds amazing, and I'm really excited that you're going to be joining us for one of our workshops a little later on in the year. So thank you so much for your time today, Laura, and
You're
I look
welcome.
forward to working with you.
Thank you very much, Amanda. I
Thank
look
you.
forward to it too.
So if you'd like to find out a little more about these workshops, you can click on the links below or use the email address to get in touch with me, and I hope to hear from you very soon. Thanks for watching.